What if I told you that the single biggest threat to the world government right now isn't Luffy, it isn't the Revolutionary Army, it's Buggy? I know, it sounds crazy, so hear me out. Cross Guild shocked everyone, right? But what if Mihawk and Crocodile teaming up with Buggy was just the beginning? So we all saw them burst onto the scene, putting bounties on Marines and instantly becoming a Yonko crew. But the world government didn't just get rid of 3 warlords, they got rid of all of them. And now, all these incredibly powerful, ridiculously dangerous pirates are out there with targets on their backs. What if all the former warlords decide that their best bet for survival is to join Cross Guild? So first, let's just quickly break down why Cross Guild even works in the first place. It's actually genius, even if it was an accident. Mihawk and Crocodile, 2 absolute monsters, suddenly lose their government protection. The very next day, bam, Marines are knocking on their door. They need allies, they need an army, they need a way to push back. So what do? They create their own organization. It's like basic survival 101 for pirates of their level. And then there's Buggy. Oh man, Buggy. He accidentally becomes the face of the whole operation, the Yonko, the big boss. And honestly, it's the perfect cover. No one would suspect that the real brains are Mihawk and Crocodile. So, you have this problem. The warlord system is gone. Every single former warlord is now a wanted criminal with a bounty. They're all being hunted. They all need protection and a power base. And what does Cross Guild offer? Literally both of those things. Right now, their power is already insane. You have the world's strongest swordsman, a super smart Logia user with deep underground knowledge, and a Yonko who, despite being Buggy, commands a massive fleet and has, like, worldwide influence. They are already a top-tier power, but imagine if they started recruiting. In my opinion, most likely candidate, Don Quixote Doflamingo. This guy has the most to gain from a deal with Cross Guild. He's rotting in level 6 of Impel Down, and you know he is just stewing, plotting, waiting for a chance. Doffy is a master manipulator. He understands power better than almost anyone. Joining Cross Guild isn't just a good idea for him, it's his only way out. Plus Kaido is gone, which means he is all alone now, ready to team up. But how does he join? He's in the world's most secure prison. Well, that's where the prison break comes in. Cross Guild needs to make a statement, a real one. Something bigger than just putting bounties on Marines. What's a bigger statement than breaking into Impel Down and freeing its most infamous prisoner? It would send a shockwave across the entire world. Plus, Doflamingo has the ultimate bargaining chip. He knows about the national treasure of Marigioa, and he knows the world government's deepest, darkest secrets. That knowledge is more valuable than any army. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Doflamingo and Crocodile hate each other. Yeah, they do. They have history, but let's be real. These are pragmatic, power-hungry villains. They would absolutely work together if it meant taking down a common enemy and gaining more power. It would be a tense alliance for sure, but a terrifyingly effective one. Now the pirate empress herself, Boa Hancock. Now this one is complicated. Her situation is pretty dire. Without her warlord status, Amazon Lily is completely vulnerable. We literally saw Blackbeard and the Marines show up on her doorstep the second the system was abolished. She's strong, unbelievably strong. She has all 3 types of hockey. But can she fend off the entire world forever? Probably not. Cross Guild could offer her something nobody else can, guarantee protection for her island and her people. They have the fleet, the power, and the influence to make the world government think twice about attacking. But then there's the Luffy factor. This is the big hurdle. She is head over heels in love with Luffy. She would never ever do anything to directly hurt him. But, and this is the key, joining Cross Guild doesn't necessarily mean she has to be Luffy's enemy. She's a queen first. Her #1 priority has always been her people. She could see this as a temporary alliance, a marriage of convenience to protect her home. And who else is on the table? Let's do a quick review. First, Gecko Moria. We last saw him running from Blackbeard. He's hiding, he's weak, and he's being hunted. But his devil food has insane potential. Imagine if Cross Guild gave him the resources to create an army of powerful zombies, not just from random pirates, but from, like, strong defeated enemies. He'd jump at the chance for protection and revenge. Then you have Edward Weevil. Look, the guy is basically a walking nuclear bomb with the brain of a toddler. He's pure muscle. He's being hunted by the Marines right now. He'd be the perfect heavy hitter for Cross Guild, and you could probably convince him to join with a promise of treasure or finding his mom. Easy. Now for the wildcard, Trafalgar D. Waterlaw. Technically, he's a former warlord, and yeah, he's a firm ally of Luffy right now, but Law has always been pragmatic. His crew just got wrecked by Blackbeard. If he finds himself backed into a corner, could I see him making a temporary deal with Cross Guild for survival? It's a long shot, but maybe. His medical skills and his Ope Ope no Mi would be an insane asset. And of course, Jinbei, obviously not happening. He's a straw hat for life, ride or die. But he's a former warlord, so we gotta mention him. It just shows the caliber of players that are now free agents on the board. Let's just take a step back and look at the big picture. Imagine it. Cross Guild led by figurehead Buggy with a secret council of Mihawk, Crocodile, Doflamingo, and maybe even Hancock. You have Moria raising an army of shadows, Weevil as the brute force, and Law as the strategic surgeon. The combined power level is it's absurd. You'd have multiple Emperor-level fighters in one crew. You'd have Logias, Paramecias, legendary swordsmen, hockey masters, massive fleets, control of territories like Amazon Lily and Dressrosa Old Network. I mean, what does this do to the pirate world? This isn't just a Yonko crew anymore. This is a faction. A genuine third power that could go toe-to-toe with the world government or the Revolutionary Army. The Marines would be completely overwhelmed. This would completely shatter the balance of power. And the dynamic of Buggy being the figurehead for all these massive egos. It's the only way it would work. Doflamingo would never agree to follow Crocodile, and Hancock would never follow Doflamingo. But they might all grudgingly agree to work for the ridiculous Buggy, while they all plot and scheme together behind the scenes. It's hilariously perfect. So I know I'm just like to dream big, but narratively, this just makes so much sense. Oda loves bringing back old characters in new, important roles. The Warlords are too cool, too powerful, and too important to just sideline during the final saga. This theory gives every single one of them a relevant, powerful place in the endgame. It's also the perfect consequence of the world government's actions. They thought they could just dissolve the system and hunt these legends down one by one. Nope. Instead, they might have accidentally created their own worst enemy, and just on a real-world logic level. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. All of these former warlords now share a common enemy, the Marines and the world government. It is strategically, logically, the smartest move for all of them to unite. United they stand, divided they fall. When could this all go down? I think it will happen soon. Probably after the Elbaf arc concludes or in middle of it. Plus, the time is different in Elbaf. Who knows what is happening in the outside world? The world is in chaos and things are escalating fast. So, to recap, Cross Guild is the perfect new home for the Warlords. Every single one of them, from Doffy to Hancock, has a powerful reason to join. And if they did unite, their combined strength would be enough to challenge the entire world. As always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more One Piece theories, and ring that bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace!